Hi, I'm Timberly Whitfield. Guess what? It's time for your checkup. Seriously, it's time for a community checkup. This one, I'm afraid, comes with a prescription.
There has been a bunch of open houses recently that I've attended, and a lot of my friends, were playing beer pong and whatnot and just getting so drunk and intoxicated. It was a nightmare because, first of all, I don't have my license. I only have a permit. I can't drive them home. It's a mess.
A lot of my friends, all they do is go to parties and they'll drink and they'll do drugs and they really have nowhere to go.
I'm sure you know that United Way programs improve the health of our neighbors, both their physical health and mental health. It's easy to stand here and list these programs. It's a little harder to admit that some of the problems hit close to home.
I have heard two friends of my daughters who are putting their houses on the market. I know that's an extreme, but they're in bad times. I think the kids are dealing, they're older kids and they're dealing with it and they know.
I'd like to share a story about how one local community is looking out for our most vulnerable family members, our kids.
It's a serious problem here, and and with our money, I find it that a lot of people find it easy to get their hands on alcohol and cigarettes and other drugs just because they have the opportunity to.
There are unfortunately some places that will cater and that are known to kind of let things slide. They charge higher prices because they're taking higher risks. But there are places that kids are, know where they can go to purchase alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol are not just an issue for the poorest or the roughest areas of our community. Drug use by our young people affects all of us. Alcohol is available to them right now, maybe this afternoon after school. Our kids need to know the risks of their choices. I'm standing here at Campo Beach. Longshore Club Park is just up the street. This is where you'll find Westport's teens after school and on weekends. If you're growing up here, then you know it's a great place to score a tan or a beer or maybe even a hit.
In Fairfield County, especially Westport, everyone thinks that in order to be cool they have to drink or smoke pot.
I do have friends that have gone into the drugs and stuff purely on a social level to fit in.
All too often in the past, everyone has blamed the schools and said they've got to do something about it. Certainly they do. But parents need to do something, the town needs to do something, agencies like ours need to do something. It's really a community problem for which the solution needs to be a community solution.
Over the past 10 years, the communities of Westport and Weston have created a model of how to help parents talk with their kids and to help kids make positive choices. It's called Positive Youth Development, and it's now a nationally recognized partnership of United Way, Westport Schools, Westport PTAs, the Town Department of Human Services, and the nonprofit Positive Directions. Positive Youth Development gives parents resources to be better parents, like workshops moderated by counselors and networking groups where parents can share ideas with each other in a trusted setting.
Positive Youth Development is a collaboration, so there are a lot of us involved in it. And it looks at a broad range of risky behavior among kids. Drug abuse and underage drinking is one of the big concerns that all of us have here, and we have very high rates. Towns like this have higher rates of underage drinking than many large cities do, and that's sort of counterintuitive. People don't always think that, but that is indeed the case. So it certainly helps us deal with that, helps us deal with risky sexual behavior, helps us deal with kids who may not be as committed to school as they might be.
The Positive Youth Development Program in town is remarkable. I think it's from their risky behavior forums to their parent coffees with the school psychologists to their creating lasting family connections. They've all touched upon areas in town where we can create or help our children